Steady on there, I'm practicing here. Hold on, just get the chat right. Come on. Okay. All right, so here we go. Oh, hey, Banana, I love the little icon you've got there. Very cool. Cry smoke on the water. Recently, I put on Jazzmaster and tuned it to an Open G, but I have no idea how to play an Open G. Just play something you like, kind of discover is the way to do it. Hi, Julio. Right, so I'll just stop the music here. So I thought I would just do an impromptu live because I'm bored, and my daughter's just at horse riding at the minute, and I've got, I thought, well, how to spend the time, just kind of come on the live and do something. So I've been sort of quite interested in Dorian mode sounding things at the minute. But I mean, those of you who are new on the live and Baran, you might be interested in this because you've got a very vaporwave, synthwave profile picture there. I'm part of I'm Hutch from McLaughlin and Hutch, which is basically a synthwave band, or as we like to call it, shredwave, because it's guitars. So I produced those tracks, and so I'm always very interested in the sort of synthwave, vaporwave. In fact, we're going to be working on a third album, so we've done 2 albums. So it's worth checking out on Spotify. Oh, you follow us both on Spotify. That's good. Okay, cool. The other thing is, Banana, I don't know if you're following me on YouTube, but if you're not, or anybody else, if you nip over to YouTube, you'll find me here. And then, hi, Sar, how are you doing? Please give me a subscribe, because there's some really cool stuff actually happening on the channel. I'm going to be making a load of really useful content on guitars, music coaching, productivity, all that kind of stuff. And one thing some people may not know is that I'm actually a trained music coach. So I need to give the business a little bit of a push. So there's going to be a website, there's going to be a Patreon, because I do a lot of streams usually in the morning, and they all tend to be based on sort of music production, guitar, and sort of coaching. But I'm going to be going into something more structured. which is going to be really interesting. Now, the majority of what I do is going to be absolutely free of charge, because really my goal is just to give people something that they're going to love and enjoy and be productive with, that's going to help them in their everyday lives. Another interesting fact about me is I'm a music coach for the NHS. Now, the NHS is the health service, in the UK, and I work as what you call like a therapeutic musician, and I do all this kind of stuff in mental health, autism, severe learning difficulties as well. And I just know how important music is to our mental health, and how it can absolutely transform our lives. Now, I'll start playing in a minute and stop going on about the coaching. But one thing is, more likes and more subs. That's what I need. I've got to, I hate to mention it, but like, the world's a bit crazy at the minute. And I think what we need to do is focus in on being the best version of ourselves. And if you're a musician, or it doesn't even have to be anybody who's creative, a writer in any type, an artist, as far as the coaching's concerned, all I'm doing is helping people facilitate the skills that they've already have. I'm not installing more skills and saying, you've got to learn this or you'll never make it, right? That's not the truth. The truth is we procrastinate a lot, and we've already got the skills and ideas. I hear more often, I've got these great ideas, but I just haven't got the skills. And there's no evidence to say that you actually need the skills to support those ideas. A lot of the time, it's just, you actually just need to do the actual thing. So that's what I'm here to do. And I know when you start doing those things, life drastically improves massively. But it's great to see lots of people on here. So as I say, yes, very important to mental health. Carmine, yes. So again, do subscribe. Pink Floyd. That is quite laudable. Excellent job, thank you. Yo, Paul. I liked and subscribed, thank you. It's very important, mental health. It is very important. And, I'm going to say that, it's not like we're ill or something, it's just being better than we're better. It's... Like at Tomitis treatments, right? Very good. Yo, what's up, everyone? Actually heals the human. Sounds good. I'm gonna check that out. If you don't have a Gibson, well, really? The other thing about me is I'm a Kiesel endorsee as well. But this is my main go-to Kiesel. There's another few in the background, but this is sort of my weapon of choice till the new one gets designed and built. I am the Saw on YouTube. Very good. Pleased to meet you. Yes, I worked with TBI and music and did make a difference. Cool. Well, Gibson's lovely. I used to play a gold top and I loved it. I wonder what your repertoire is. All sorts of stuff. So check out my band, McRocklin and Hutch, on Spotify, and that's sort of the repertoire of synthwave and stuff. But generally today I'm just jamming over tracks. So because really I thought I'd do a little bit of practice. So I'll get back to my track that I was doing. What they're doing, here it is. Hi, Thomas. Right, and that's the end of that one. Right. Oh, so that's my jam. Right. Let's snip back to the chat. Oh, hey. We've got a few celebrities on here. Right, that's today's repertoire. Morning, Chili. How you doing? Good to see you. I played a TV Yellow 61 SG standard in Dublin. Yeah, I've played an SG before, and I thought like it's quite cool. Right. Morning, Thomas. How we doing? I wonder how the competition entries are going. I'm dying to see them. Yeah, is this still early for people? This is like, this is like the afternoon for me. Emily was treading on your signature the other day. Oh, that's good, isn't it, Thomas? Yeah. Uncle came round to visit yesterday with his new guitar and amp. Was a decent jam. Cool. There you go. Cool, Chili. It's nice, I suppose, when you got family members who play guitar and stuff, and you can have a jam. My missus is a singer. That's how we met through bands. But like, if I go anywhere near music, it all becomes very, very serious, and she gets dead bossy and stops me from playing guitar solos. Yeah, wow. I suppose, yeah, there's like, yeah. So lots of Gibson stuff. Gibson crappy plastic inlays, yeah. I mean, I had a 1972 gold top, and I loved it. And what it was when I met my other half, she was actually signed, and part of her kind of image was playing guitar, but she only played the D chord. But of course, she had all the best equipment, and part of that was a gold top. And then when I ended up joining the band, I ended up with that gold top, and then it became mine, really. So I ended up playing this 1972. It was so punk rock. It was really like worn 1972. Gibson, I loved it. It had such a cool like image to it. I wouldn't want to play it now because like I'm shredding, all the time. I just couldn't do it on that guitar. What I'm doing now, really comfortably. But it looked cool. But then she realised it was worth a bit of money, and then made me sell it. And then I had a Strat for a bit, and then Thomas came to the rescue and decided to salvage me from the Strat, and insisted that I go a Kiesel. So there you go. And it was brilliant. Kiesel guitars are absolutely amazing to play. I'm so comfortable with them. All right, that sounds interesting. A Bigsby on it, because who needs tuning stability? Yeah. In fact, that tuning low fineness is very cool, isn't it? It's all very trendy. And My Bloody Valentine and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, cool. Yeah. So I think what I might do is I might just play a track. Maybe. It's cool now. I've got the backing track thing working. finally with like no latency on it through Loopback. It's been a massive good game-changing move that for me, because it means I can do my kind of backing track jamming. And I absolutely love, when it comes to practicing guitar, hi Stelly, I absolutely love practicing on guitar tracks. Simply gives you the beat, gives you something to lock into, and it also allows your ear to learn all the different phrases, different scale sounds, different tone, different interval sounds that you're doing in various different musical genres and experiences. Right, let me have a look. What shall I do? Bear with me. Grabbing the first thing that... Oh, that's a good one. Quite like doing that one. The new format. The new format is about coming up on the shorts feed. So it's not every time this, Stelly. There you go. Oh, bit of a fade out at the end. Don't hear those very often, do you? All right, well, I'll finish my coffee and I'm going to have to head off soon because I've got to go do the horse riding run. Not that I'm horse riding, the daughter is. So I've been tasked with the pick up and drop off. So yes, the new format. So what I do, just when I'm doing the odd stream here and there, not the main sort of morning format where we're in, you know, the landscape and you get to see everything. This one is just so are more discoverable because it comes up on the short feeds. And what I found is there are more people kind of tuning in. So when I'm in this vertical mode, chances are it's going to be more about kind of playing and doing, and I suppose more on the entertaining front and chill out front. If I'm in vertical, then probably going to be doing something quite serious. Is what's going on there. So there's streaming happening this week, but the times are going to be, some of them will be advertised but irregular because I'm on holiday and I want to stream sort of at different times and get a gauge of when's a good time for people, because it's really weird. Like the evening streams, I've been catching some people on that and then not other people, and the numbers have been very sort of similar. So I think I'll be definitely up for doing some afternoon streams. Of course, this week's task is to quickly set up the Patreon site, so those of you who want to support the site, the channel can support it. And then also bearing in mind that I'm hoping in April that we will be, and I'm sure we will be starting a slightly more structured format in the mornings, okay? And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more on another stream when I catch people. But I've got a lot of like cool things sort of worked out and lined up. It's going to be a mixture of a lot of different things, but I haven't worked out how to quite balance it through the week. So we'll be doing some coaching stuff. So when I say coaching, we'll be talking about, you know, how you can be more productive, how to get really good habits. We'll be looking at sort of how we can adjust environmental factors to support you. We'll be looking at, you know, things like how to focus. We'll be looking at making decisions like insight and analysis, and how we can use those two different things in the creative process. Boredom, how can we get over boredom? So all these core things, skills, we'll be having a look at skills and sort of community. So there'll be all those kind of supportive factors around skills that we'll look at, but also contained in that there will be the usual guitar lessons based around something usually I'm doing that I'm interested in. And then the other thing is then there'll be music production. So obviously Thomas is here. There is, we are talking about the third album at some point. I'm going to have to get my head down and start it or start something and then start that process. But at the minute there's McLaughlin Hutch guitar competition on, and you can actually, you know, join that if you're on the School of McRock. I believe you've got to be a School of McRock member, but it's well worth the membership because it's like just an amazing school with like so many cool resources on it and really good Discord. So there's that Discord, there's this Discord that I've got for this channel, and there's a link in that. Oh God, there's like so much stuff going on, isn't there? It's absolutely wonderful. Yeah, so back to what I'll be doing, and then there's the music production thing, coaching thing, and guitar lessons, and various other musical experiments. So, but I do need to think of some sort of realistic format that I can deliver all of this and make sure that everybody gets the most out of it. And then with that, you can support it on Patreon. The other thing about it, I suppose, in a way, the coaching side runs a bit like a course, but like there will be a cycle to it. And I think, like at the minute, I'm thinking of like a 6-month cycle. But what will happen is if you're not on the first month, you just start from wherever. It doesn't really matter. Okay, you don't. I mean, if you're on at the beginning, then that's great. But I'm looking at kind of getting this all together at the April. Having said that, there'll be a lot of people who maybe it's too early notice now to start in April, May. So maybe we start the thing in May, and I'll do some sort of warmer up activities we can do in preparation for the full-on coaching Tim Hutch channel experience, something like that. Anyway, listen to a bit of like Alan Holdsworth at the minute. Rick Graham's great. Obviously Thomas is amazing. Richie Kotzen, really like his stuff. But really, I don't specifically focus on what. I mean, Greg Howard. It's all the stuff that I used to listen to. I still listen to now. Really. Sir, excuse me. I may speak to you, please. Reaction analysis of your fingerstyle guitarist Beta from Indonesia on YouTube video that shocked all music missions in the world. Right, okay. Cool. Right. So, I'm going to have to go now. So that's been great. And I will schedule the next live in some time. I'll not just pop up this time, but did quite enjoy doing the live. Google rewrites history. It's a cool name. All right then. I'll see you guys.